So we're just outside. I'm just going to go over the modes and have my lumen measurements up on screen. Then at the end of the video, I'll just, when I'm inside, I'll go over the UI a bit. But yeah, we're on the advanced UI that has the 8 levels, which is specified in the manual. And at the moment we're on level 1 for the moonlight. So I'll just bump it up to level 2. There's level 3. Let's go for a bit of a walk. There's level 4. Level 5. Level 6. Level 7. If we're just pointing this down at my feet here, you can see that it's providing sufficient spill. And we'll just bump it up to the turbo there. It's just absolutely crazy amount of light that's coming out of this. Excellent range for something so tiny. I'm very, very impressed. It does heat up pretty fast though, but can't really expect much more for this size. So I'm just going to go over this light just a bit, my conclusion, just what I think, and I'll go over the UI a bit towards the end. So this ships out in the advanced UI. You know, they normally ship out in the simple UI, but maybe it was because of the continuous questions people ask of how to get into certain modes without realizing and reading the manual that they have to get out of the simple UI into the advanced first. This uses a new chip. It's called I think it's a Tiny or Tinny However, it's pronounced the 1616 chip for the accurate, using more of an accurate temperature on the sensor, so you don't have to calibrate the temperature on the light. Now it comes out of the box accurate, and if you reset it, it's accurate, so there's no need to mess around doing that, which is fantastic. This is it does come shipped at a 45 degrees Celsius temperature limit, so I recommend changing that to at least 55 degrees Celsius temperature limit, and we'll set that at the end of the video, just so you don't have to search around for it. This is using 3 CSP LEDs. I don't know the brand of them. Wurkkos don't give that info, but it's using 3 of them with the TIR optic, and you've got 3 auxiliary LEDs there as well. I got mine in red because on the highest brightness level it's enough to be able to use as a secondary light source, so I can use the auxiliary on high, just at night, just to see a bit, so that's quite cool. The beam profile on this was just absolutely perfect, even better than I reckon from the Ace Beam E70 Mini that I reviewed, and that I had it in the comparison there. It was from a different night, that's why the transition wasn't perfect, but I thought I would include it anyway, just to give you an idea of the difference for like a much more high price light. So it's just such a great light. You've got this was meant to be a matte finish for the anodizing, but it is quite a smooth finish on that, and I'm meant to be changing that in later batches, hopefully. But it does make it just a little bit slippery, and that's why I put on the clip straight away, just to provide just a bit more grip there. So this is a dual clip, a two-way clip here. I don't have much use for a clip myself, as you guys know, but it holds on there quite well. It's not going to easily pull off. You've got a little bit of fins here, and then you've got your rear electronic switch, which gives a very good feel to it. Good solid click, no issues at all. So this is rated at 1400 lumens, but it ships out with a default thermal limit of 45 degrees Celsius, and I set it at 55 degrees Celsius, and it stepped down within 20 seconds. So I reckon they've put that at the maximum of 70 degrees Celsius, and they've probably more than likely used a much better battery there. But that's okay, not really a problem. There is a bug though on this, where the auxiliary LED will stay on with the main LEDs, but I believe that may have been fixed. I saw someone's video and it looked like it had been sorted out on theirs. There is no low voltage protection on the auxiliary LEDs here. It's not something that's just affecting this light, it's affecting every model that has just a single color auxiliary LEDs, and so it could, if you leave them on, run the battery right down to about 0 volts, so just keep that in mind. It does have low voltage protection working fine on the main LEDs though, so that will turn off at about 2.75 volts, which is, that's the most important thing. You can unscrew the head here, and that will turn off the auxiliary LEDs anyway, but it won't. It will stop the light from turning on and staying on with a single click, but since the threads aren't anodized, if you hold that switch down, it will do a factory reset. So that's something that I don't like. And just having no anodizing on the threads there, it just gets real dirty, but it doesn't seem to affect the functionality of it. You've got flashing pads on the driver there if you want to update the firmware, or you want to install flash some custom you know, different modes or whatever onto it, then there's that option. I haven't got into that, but it certainly sounds like fun to be able to get your light to do what you want it to. So I'll just go over the basics of the UI. I won't go through everything, it's just too much in the Anduril firmware. So it's just one click on, one click off, and then hold from off gets you the lowest level, and then hold and release and hold again within I think it's 1.2 seconds to change direction. And then it's double press from on or off, gets you the highest level, the turbo. Double press again, drop you down to your previous level there. While it's on, you can do 3 presses and it will change from the stepped ramping to the smooth ramping. 4 clicks from on or off will lock it out, and then you can do a hold or a press and hold to get to the higher momentary there. 4 clicks to, you've got the auxiliary blinking there, you can change it. From off, you can do 7 presses. It will change the auxiliary lights. That's them on high there. That's them blinking. And that's them off, and then you can change them to low. From here, you've got 3 clicks from off will get you the battery check. And then double press from here gets you a temperature check. And that's about that's about it for. But there's so many other settings out there. So while we're in the temperature check here, we will set the new thermal limit. So this comes at the 45 degrees Celsius limit, and so you will do 7 presses and hold on that 7th press, and it will do 2 flashes. The first flash, it is for setting the temperature of the light, but you don't really need to do that now with this new chip. And then it will pause and then flash a second time, and that's when you'll release the switch, and then it will start shimmering, and then you'll enter in your clicks for setting the thermal limit. So the base temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, so every click will increase 1 degree Celsius. So for 55 degrees Celsius, that is going to be 25 clicks. So we'll do that now. So 7 clicks and a hold. To 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 25. And there we go, that's set up to use now. So if you want to switch over to the simple UI that has only 5 brightness steps instead of 8, you can just do from off 10 clicks. And now it's in, switch to the stepped ramping. Now we've got the 5 levels. But yeah, fantastic light. Highly recommend you pick one up anyway. But yeah, very impressive.